What's up, my people? Welcome to the Mind Pursuit podcast, where we talk about anything and everything around the human mind. I'm your host, Masin Zuki, the mind advocate. I am still with Farhia. We are hosted by Mint at Mua. It's a restaurant and a conference facility. If you're yet to check it out, pause on this episode and just Google Mint at Mua restaurant and conference facility. Come, dine with yourself, dine with your loved one, and thank me later. So, karibu sana to this episode.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the last episode, we talked a lot about identity crisis, and you are able to summarize it for us. And what I ended up agreeing is parents need to allow their children to be, yeah? And just for them to be able to just explore, and not to shun their interests, but to be able to listen to them and just empower them and encourage them to be able to explore who they are. Because we see in your story, you didn't know what talent you had. So for you wanted to create a platform where other children can be able to explore their talent. And this was in high school. But now the teachers did not give you, even the principal did not give you that platform for you to be able to do it. In the actual sense, they told you need to focus on other things. And then a parent even told you, usiharibu mtoto wangu. Yeah. So, and we've been able to see how that journey has been. Now, tell us about, you finish high school. Yes. How does that unfold?
So basically, you've just summarized everything. I think it's not only parents, it's not only teachers, it's the environment you get nurtured. All of us just need to be careful with how we speak or how we interact with teenagers. They're going through a phase, and you just need to be understanding. In your teenagehood is when you do a lot of discoveries. So if you're not given a chance to get to discover yourself and to, find who you are, then now it affects your self-esteem as you go back to university, finish high school, and it also affects where you fit in life. So basically, what those series of events form part of who I am today.
Wow.
Those series of events, and everyone has their own story, everyone has their own journey, and I want people, as they're listening to this story, to feel like part of their childhood, their growth, their narratives, their story forms part of their success. And if you do not know how those steps keep on feeding up to the next level, then allow yourself to move to the next level. Then later on, you'll be able to look back and you're like, that's what happened to me. But this is what I've become because of that. So everything that happens for you is for a good reason. So now in my high school, I finished high school. I signed up for the course. I stayed 1 year in between. And when I joined, I was now joining university now. I still remember that identity crisis does not end at once. Because now in university, now it hits more.
It hits hard.
It hit hard because now that's where people find themselves. So I am actually very blessed and lucky that my identity crisis happened at high school. So at 18, when I finished high school, that period, as we had like a 1 year period before you joined uni, that gap period. I told you, remember, one characteristics is I don't like having too much ample space of not doing
like being idle.
Being idle in other words. Yes. So remember that 1 year to join uni is when now you start wondering, okay, 1 year, what am I going to do? So I think my parents had a rough time. Because where siwezi kaa kwa nyumba. So I was looking for opportunities. I was just joining anything and everything that comes. And those, remember those, what are they called? This network marketing things. And you're told that you join this thing and then look for sijui how many people.
Clients.
Your MLM businesses. So you find you're being recruited. That 1 year is when now you find you're being recruited into those things. They used to wear nice suits in Tao. And so now, because you're looking for something to do and something to fit in as a young person. So I joined those volunteer groups, and then we were being told you will be making a certain amount of money. At when ulete watu 10.
GNLD. I know.
So it's about GNLD things, what, you know. Yeah, I mean, I was part of it, guys. So this network marketing, it was part of your discovery. I see life as an adventure. So I'm glad I experienced those things. So I was taken to those network marketing. Some random guy met me in Tao. And it's because of that habit. Like I couldn't stay. So I used to move around in the estate. After moving in the estate, now I think my parents were already tired. They were like, "We've Jana, what is wrong with her?" Because literally I will move around and go and look for things. Because you see, I'm not a TV person, so I wouldn't sit down and watch TV the whole day. I'll get tired. So I went to look for those things. I started those GNLD products, started selling them. Now you see where entrepreneurship started. And then now at the estate where we used to live, you know, my mom had taught us how to make this. She used to make crepes and sell. She used to make snacks, mandazis and mahamri and pizzas. And so for those people who know me from Langata, they'll tell you the first thing I used to do is bake those mahamri and mandazi. Then now I'll sell them at the gate. So I used to have like a table like this. And then that table, I'll place a kitamba. Then now you start selling the pizzas and stuff. So that's where my entrepreneurship journey started.
You're trained on marketing now.
Yeah, now I don't know even what I was learning.
Yeah, that is marketing right there.
I was already selling a product.
Yeah, you're selling.
So it's part of just selling something. So I was just like, oh, so now I know how to make these things. Why can't I use that to remember my dad once sat me down in a restaurant when you're back after high school, and Dad, you need to have 3 things in life. And what are those 3 things? I was so curious. It's like, 1, you need to have a skill. Then number 2, you need to have knowledge. And then you have to have a good attitude. And then you need to learn how to work with your time. So he was telling me it was like a formula skirt. You know those. Yeah, so I was like, okay, skirt. So every time I go in life, I used to remember his words, skirt.
Skirt. So it is
skill.
Skill.
S for skill. K for knowledge. And then A for attitude. You have to have a good attitude. Sometimes even when you apply for a job, you might not be hired because you're the smartest in the room, but you have a good attitude. You know, you're not those rebellious, stubborn people. You're friendly and you're easy to work with. And then time, like what do you do with your time? So I thought that was like a mnemonic, a joke that your dad is just telling you, and you will just listen. But actually, I found myself applying it. So I was just like, okay, what skills do I have? You remember the identity crisis of what am I talented in? What am I good at? So now I started looking for the skills and what I'm good at. And now baking skills. Yeah. Wow. So you see now the art of making. Not everyone can cook and make nice food or whatever. So I started making cakes. They will flop. Sometimes they will. My friends, I'll take my cakes to my friends, and some of them I've not done good creaming on them, but they will take it and eat it. Sometimes they will be burnt, and then my dad will just eat them because it's just like mtoto wangu ametengeneza ni sawa tu nitaikula. E for effort. Yeah. And that's part of encouraging, for sure. Because now they're eating it. And then my mom was like, sasa ukitumia unga zangu na nani atakunulia hizi unga? Every time unatumia unga yangu unaenda kupika unauza. You have to make, then she was teaching you, like you have to make profit out of it. Like you see, now she's teaching you business lessons at a young age. So at first I'm like, Mom, kwa nini unanikataza nichukue unga yako, But she was telling me, you're using electricity at home, maji ya nyumbani na unga. Okay, nani analipia hizi vitu? Hii biashara yako? Because sometimes I used to sell and I'm selling it at a loss. And because you're young, you don't know. What is profit, what's not profit. I'm like, I didn't use much. So you found yourself just in an entrepreneurship environment. But then again, you don't know what are the profit margins, what are good business. But you see, it's at a young age. So you can imagine, nimesha make mistakes. You see, I'm learning.
You're learning.
And
so
I'm
now,
taking
even being able to differentiate between turnover and profit.
But now you're in a layman's language.
Yeah, in a layman's
because
language.
You're still a kid.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was just like, okay, nimetumia water na electricity. Nani atanilipia hii water na electricity?
Yeah.
Now, if I wasn't at home, okay, who is going to pay for it? How can I make price margins to be? So I had a friend, he was called Peter. So I think, I don't know, I can't remember Peter. We were partners in business. So I don't know, I can't remember the name we gave. I remember it was something to do with our name. So that we called it that bakery. So he will also help me make the cakes. Oh, wow. So me and Peter, Peter was my primary classmate, and he was our neighbor in Langata. So that's the first business we started. Me and Peter, we put it on Facebook. Yeah. That time Facebook was serious.
Yeah. And everyone was in Facebook.
But now, you remember, I wasn't joining Facebook. So I joined after high school, and now I'm in uni now. Is when now it's just like, okay. But you see, for me, I was joining it because now I need to sell Teens Dairy Crew. Yeah. It was Teens Dairy Crew 254. So I was just like, and then now the bakery. So I knew during the events we were going to do these cakes and stuff. So he will make marble cakes and we mix them, and I'll make pizzas. And then that time, Pizza Inn was not in the country. Yeah. So pizza, by the time someone hears pizza, they were like, hisi kitu chakula tunaweza pata home. So our neighbors used to buy 50 bob per piece. You know that triangle? Piece. So that's how we used to sell. So he will stand outside with me, we sell, then we share the profits. But we didn't know how much profits we were making and stuff. That's how now we started the journey. Wow. Then my mom was like, wacha nitamweka busy. Now, I think she can do something more. So remember, you're a firstborn. So even my mom was doing a chicken business at some point. So I used to wake up at 4 a.m. And she will send me, because you see, she knows I won't stay at home. She's like, now I'm going to help you. Sasa, unisaidie kufanya kazi yangu. Because she used to have a chicken farm next to Langata police station. So she's like, you need to go to the farm. And so I panda matatu. And then she tells me to go in town and the agrovets. I buy those medicines for the chicken and whatever, the vaccines. There's some things, and the meals for the chicken. So I'll go wake up early in the morning at 4 a.m. By 5 niko kwa matatu. 6 nimefika Atao. Nishabai. Nimepanda matatu ya Afya Center, nimeenda Langata. Remember, those are like 3 matatus or 2 matatus. And when you go and I feed those chickens, I stay there. Because now you see, you're
and you would go alone.
Yeah, I'll go alone. Yeah, I'll go alone. And remember, she's telling me to do it now to help her. But now I used to be paid for every sales I make. Nice. Wow. And it's like I was her employee.
Yeah, you were.
I was her employee. So and she's incentivizing you so that you can work hard. And the more you work hard, the more you get. So now I used to wake up, go check on her shamba, check on the chicken, monitor the guys who are working there, see what they're feeding. There are some onions she used to plant, and I will check up on it. So you see, now that's how, remember, there's another, you're learning how to run a chicken business, farming. So now as we grow into high school, remember, but I've not joined uni. That is that 1 year gap period. So that is where I learned business. That is actually where I learned business from this baking to the chicken farm to selling the burgers. And then
let me ask you, what made you bring your friend, your neighbor? You say he was called Kevin?
Peter.
What made you bring? Were you the one who brought Peter on board?
I did bring him on board. You see the way we're friends and you play in the estate together and all that. Okay. So he was my primary classmate. So now he was also interested in doing, and he used to be also a good baker. So passion just brought us together.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Great.
And it's unlikely to find friends who you meet at a passion level when you're young. We're like, let's go ride a bicycle, have fun. But sisi tulikuwa wale watoto wa kwenda kufanya biashara. So we just thought about it. Like when you need to use hizi makeki, so he will come and help me make the cakes. He'll make the cakes saa zingine kwake ama kwetu. So we will just share and then we display them and then we start selling them.
That's so nice. I see your mom mentoring you and you working. So you're learning entrepreneurship.
And at that time I didn't know what I'm learning.
In hindsight, you were learning entrepreneurship.
So if you look at the hindsight, yes, and looking back, because now you're older, more mature, you're more informed, more learned. But at that time, and we're making pocket money. By then, when you finish high school, your parents stop giving you pocket money. So me, I knew when I go to this farm work, that's now when I started loving money. That's where money started. And my mom was like, wewe ukianza kupenda pesa, hautawahi soma. So utabidi urudi shule. So she was like, now if I grow into this business, I will drop out of school. And I'm like, I'm not going to drop out of school. Wacha tu niendelee na biashara. Those hizi ma chicken. Tena nitaendanga class. Hautaenda class. Because if you start seeing money, you won't. So now that's where we started. She started telling me, no, Also, my dad was entrepreneurial as well, So he had, apart from working from the NGO, remember, now he had two businesses. He used to have a shop at Tao. He used to sell, sodas and stuff, and computers, keyboards, and all that. That's where they started. So I grew up in a very entrepreneurial. So I don't know what a job is. Like, as in, watu wanaandikwanga kazi wapi? Mimi niliona watu kwetu hawaandikangwi kazi. Even today, like, I don't know, apart from my brothers and sisters, but even hata hizo si ati wameenda job peke yake. Like, we just grew up in a very entrepreneurial. You just see everyone doing, a business. They will start something. So now, a few times, yes, they've gone to the employment world and all that. And that now, I remember I was telling you, it now nurtures the kind of child or the human being you become. So if you've not grown up seeing employment, or if you look at the other side of the coin, if you grew up in a family where employment is part of it, if today you started a business, utaulizwa, what are you doing? You're playing with yourself.
Why are you wasting your life?
You're becoming useless. So entrepreneurship was discouraged. But look at the other side of the coin. The people who've grown up in an entrepreneurship world from their parents' side, hata kama businesses zao zimeanguka ama zimegrow ama nini, those people, it becomes an addiction, to be honest. It's an addiction. So you don't see yourself boxed. You see world from a freedom point of view. You see world from exploration. You can adventure. So you see me, I moved from a chicken business. I moved from hungry and my pizzas and cakes, which even though they were flopping and there are days the cakes can be good and all that. So I've been allowed to fail. I've been allowed to go down and come back up. Like I've been told that I'm in a lab. I can try something and it can fail and I can come back home.
Absolutely.
So then that person, the will and the strength to move, they move very fast. Like nothing is impossible. Me, tell me what is impossible.
Nothing.
Me, I'll tell you, I'll go to the sky and I'll move.
The sky is not even the limit.
At the sky, which sky?
Which one?
That to the above. So that's how my high school gap period moved. And that's how my first business came about. Remember, Teens Diary Crew was discouraged.
In high school.
It flopped. Let's say it's flopped. Now I couldn't do anything. I was told to stop it. I had to go to school. And I was told if I see money, I wouldn't go back to school. So my parents were of the view, like, you have to go to school, finish school. Then the day you choose. So we had a very, long discussion. That kind of, just as a punishment. Sasa. Kama utaki kusikia. Because I still want to go to the entrepreneurship world. But I was told, no, you have to go to school. So that's how I went to school. And when I went to school, remember, I didn't come with full attention and courage to choose the unit I want. Remember, I'm still in that entrepreneurship. I want to still do other businesses. So I come here. Remember, I wanted to do medical law. So I went to get advice there and there. So that's why now I got lost again.
Okay.
So I went to medicine school. So before I became a lawyer, I was a doctor before. So now this is to every child who feels like they're lost. And they keep on exploring, and they're going and diverting, and it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay. It's
Allow
okay
yourself.
to make mistakes. Allow yourself. So there are people who finished mpaka med school, mpaka mwisho, and then they're like, this is not for me. So for me, I went and I joined med school, and I was told that I had a small margin. You know those what is it called, the threshold
GPA.
for you to join med school was a certain amount. So I had missed with a few points.
Okay.
So I was told either you can't go for the full medicine, you can go for either. Now you see, remember, people are now advising you. Now the receptionists at the school, the people are starting to advise you, and those people they're advising you based on anything and everything. So now they're like, why don't you take nursing, biochemistry, or whatever? So they gave me these options within med school, but you're not doing the medicine. Then once you do this, then you do medicine. So I'm like, at that young age, you don't know. You're just signing up. So I was told about biochemistry. And then I was like, oh, maybe I like bio and chemistry. So let me just join biochemistry. So I joined biochemistry. I was there for 2 years. That is in 2012. So you've joined biochemistry, and I was a class rep then as well. Remember the story of leadership?
Yeah, leadership. Yeah,
I was a class rep there. I was really interested in biochem, but then again, now when you reach first year, I was finishing first year. I wasn't like serious with it. I was just like, I'm not in the right place. I'm not in the right. How do I tell my parents? Or melipa fees? Nah, I am not in the right place.
You just felt. You just felt.
I just felt, yeah. And when you feel like you're not in the right place, you tend not to be yourself fully. You are partially there. So I'll come to class, either I'll come late to class. Then the lecturer is like, Farhia, you're the class rep and you're leading from behind. I'm like, okay.
Like, oops.
He really liked me until he used to ask the students, where is your class rep? Why is she not here? You know, I'm the only lady right now wearing that hijab. So of course you're easily noticeable. Yeah. And then you're the class rep. Then you don't show up to class. And remember, I'm not living so far from before I used to live far. So I used to take like 2 matatus to get to class. Then at Akamayo, I was not so happy about that biochem. That's how now I started looking for an exit way out. I did first semester, second semester. Now I'm going to the second year. We're going to first. Remember, you're the class rep. So what kind of embarrassment? Like, will you say that you've dropped out of this unit and you want to? So I asked for a transfer. And before I asked for a transfer, relaying this information to your parents, where?
It's something else.
I just told my dad, and he's like, what? Ati unataka kutoka shule? Aje? And we've paid all that fees. Remember, fees, School of Medicine is not that cheap.
It's not that cheap. Kwanza parallel in those days.
At that time, I'm the firstborn. Remember, there are other children, and we're 11 months.
Difference.
So he was just like, I've gone on a loss on this. So him to try. So now, remember, my dad was like, kaka fikiria. So I tried to move, and he's like, okay. So I couldn't even look at him. So I would just go and hide myself in the room. Yeah. And I couldn't even explain to my mom, because now what do you say? So they're like, are you sure you want to finish school? Are you sure you want to go to school? Remember high school that time? They thought that you won't finish. Remember, you won't pass.
Yeah.
And then now it's another repeated.
So then they're seeing a pattern.
Like you're a smart kid, but they're just waiting for another shock. They're just waiting for another shock.
Trauma.
Yeah, so they're panicking at that time. So they thought I would just drop out of that school. I told them, I'm not dropping out. I am transferring. I'm transferring from this school to the other school. They're like, do you think it's just that easy? So that now you can imagine, I want you to just feel now how the conversation was. Like if you were to,
And
so that's,
hey, I can
it was crazy.
imagine.
So I was just like, siwezi lala kwa hii nyumba. Nitakuwa najificha tu kwa nyumba. Wasione hata niko wapi. Nijifunge kwa room. So they were like, okay, now this girl is not going to school. Now she's not going. So she's really serious. So they thought maybe it's a phase or a period, you know, like when you're a teenager, you just don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Later on now, they agreed. But that agreement, my dad was like, he sat me down, my mom sat me down. They all told me, okay, now, one thing you need to know. We're going to make rules for your transfer. Ukihama uende hii shule ingine. One, if you ever fail, your unit unajilipia your fees. And if you go to the other side, it's you start and finish till the end. No retreat. So that's where the word no retreat or no surrender came from. Like my dad kept on saying it every single time. I'm like, okay, nimeambiwa sana, no retreat, no surrender. So I came to law school with that mentality. And then remember, nimeshapoteza 1 year. My friends are looking at me like, where did she go to? I didn't tell my friends. I just disappeared. I had my best friend who was doing biochemistry. She's the only one who knew why I transferred. After I didn't tell them why I transferred. I just went missing.
And the teacher, the lecturer?
The lecturers walikata kuniachilia. They're like, no, I think you're lost. You need to stay and think. My dean refused. Dean of UN that time. School of Medicine refused for me to go. He was like, now you want to move from medicine to law school so that you can sue us. I was like, no, I'm not going to sue you. Then what are you going to do? Why are you? He's like, I used to go to KNH every single day, napanda matatu. The dean amekata niende. Every day. Na hiyo fare si wazazi wangu wananilipia.
Ni wewe.
Niliambiwa wewe figure out vile uta-transfer.
So ulikuwa unapata wapi fare?
Si ninajitafutia.
Unauza vitu ama how do you
remember GNLD things?
GNLD,
and other things. You know, I have to look for that fare because my parents were like, how you will transfer to that other school, you figure out. So I didn't want to bother them. Remember, they are so sad. They're so sad and they're so angry. Like, why is she not, you know? So I've been staying 8 months at home. 8 months. And I've not joined Bado Law School. Remember the idleness thing?
Yeah.
So you're still in another crisis. You feel like you've been left behind. What am I doing with my life? Did I make a good choice? What's happening? I can't go back to my parents. Remember, ni mimi ndo nimemake a decision. Na siwezi rudi ile shule juu sijisikii na hiyo shule. Na Dean amekataa nitoke shule. Sasa papers zangu hawaja release papers zangu, so I can move.
You can't move, yeah.
The second entry, you know, admission is in September for law school, not January. So imagine January to September unafanya?
Umekaa tu?
Nimekaa home.
Oh, so idleness.
So nimekaa home too. So I'm just chilling doing nothing.
Wow, I can imagine, and we will take a pause on that.
Yeah.
And I can imagine how many people are actually struggling with that transition. Like umeingia kampo, umeambiwa you're supposed to be, your parents have decided a career for you, or in between you realize, this is not what you had signed up for. I can relate with you because when I did my internship at KNH, there were young people who by the way walikuwa naona mtu akicollapse wanasema they are medics, they're in the medicine space, but they're like that one is where they draw the line.
And the morgue
kwanza in the morgue,
and then that smell,
my god, it's trauma. It actually made me me as Mercy. Mimi nilirealize kazi si ya kila mtu. Iko na wenyewe.
Unaenda home unasikia was sad.
Or the smell of blood, I don't know.
The formalin.
Yes. Oh my god.
And then you wear that lab coat and you're like, so every day unapanda matatu, watu wanafanya hivi. Oh, what is it? How do you umetoka uko morgue? Na umetoka na hizo whatever, but you see biochemistry ya ufanyangi hivyo, lakini you see we used to just go around that area, our classes around that area and stuff. So your lab coat inashika hizo vitu.
Wow. It is. I can imagine how difficult it is. So you see me, I was a psychologist and now I'm seeing medicine students coming in and going for their practicum.
Imagine.
To some, oh my God.
And then you're seeing those, like we saw bodies, we saw like whatever. You know, the way you're just...
Trauma.
You wanted to just explore and do, narudi home, unaona hizo mapicha unabaki kai Mungu wangu. Okay, why did I go to see?
So in the first place. Isn't your mashida, this is life. Thank you so much for sharing that. And you've been able to see the entrepreneurship journey and also even how life, she's literally painted how life is for young people. And I know if you can relate, please put in the comment section below and tell us, how was your experience? Did you find as if you were lost? Or were you the one who, the type who was able to find out their career and you're passionate and you know, kaende sana. That's what we say. You know, like you are ready to go, to put up your sleeves and just go with the flow. So I hope you're learning a lot from this and we'll see you in the next one. As we close off, remember to subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. See you on the next one. Bye.